after World War II, you have Julian Huxley, who's Aldous Huxley's brother. He's installed as the president of UNESCO, but he's also the president of the British Eugenics Society. And charting out his vision for UNESCO, he writes about eugenics: we need to make the unthinkable thinkable again. 10 years later, he describes how to do that in a book called New Bottles for New Wine, which is basically him talking about the human race in that metaphor. And he creates the term transhumanism, Julian Huxley.
Wow.
And he says that this is the new eugenics, merging man with machine and using these technologies to manipulate genes and all of that. So it's definitely evolved since then. But if you look at the people who financed Nazi race science, you have the Rockefeller Foundation. And who's a big financer of transhumanism today? The Rockefeller Foundation.
Wow.
So there's a lot more going on here than just, let's augment ourselves with technology. And then you, of course, have the within alternative media and even within groups that are ostensibly opposed to transhumanism, they frame it as inevitable. And they say the only way for us to compete is to merge with the machines to stay relevant with super intelligent AI. And I think that is a total scam, to be honest, to sell people into adopting it. They just have to say it's happened without evidence, potentially have it parroted by mainstream media, drum up the fear, and then say the only way to fight it or stay relevant is to get a chip in your brain or something like that. Elon Musk is a big promoter of that particular ideology about the only way to stay relevant in the digital age or the age of AI is to augment yourself. And he's also behind Neuralink. And Neuralink has gone into human trials, even though most of the animals in animal trials died. So that's troubling, to say the very least, if you're trying to create a product for use in the human body and almost everything in animal trials die.
And that's actually what I wanted to ask you about here on this WHO treaty, because a big piece of their first draft, I know it's something you've been following. World Health Organization has written their first draft of their pandemic treaty, which it's been a lot of pushback, but then there's been a lot of compliance as well. And if this World Health Organization pandemic treaty would effectively create a new government authority, and the way that I'm saying it, above the authority of your elected leaders, it would be
supranational.
It wouldn't matter what your elected leaders are doing, because they would have overarching power. They're going to have a ministry of truth, essentially, to combat misinformation and disinformation. What do you make of this pandemic treaty? What do you make of the World Health Organization and what this portends for the future?